I'm doing this girls varsity game last night, and I had made a call against this player on the home team. And to be honest, the call was light, right? Like I probably couldn't have called it and everything would have been fine, but she was kind of hooking her on a aerial challenge, and the girl that she was hooking didn't end up playing the ball the way she wanted to, so I thought it impacted play a little bit. So it was really early, so I just called to assert my presence a little bit. Well, she didn't like that. She makes a comment to me like rolls her eyes like, that wasn't a foul or something like this, right? Well, then there were two other instances in the first half when she made similar comments at a call that I made against her team, or that a call that I didn't make for her team. And the comments weren't addressed at me. She just said them within earshot of me, making sure that I could hear them. In my opinion, making sure that I could hear them. So I noticed this, right? And I didn't want this to continue. And I thought this was being passively aggressive. She was obviously unhappy with something. And rather than stop and say, ref, I don't like this, this, and this, what's up, talk to me, blah, blah. Rather than having a direct communication, a confrontation with me, she was just lobbing these little, here's one, here's one, here's one, right? Off in my direction. And I didn't like it, right? I'm like, I'm not sure how I'm gonna handle this. So during a goal kick, I do a double whistle, I hold play, I say, let's say number 7. I say, 7, please join me, right? And I motion to some mutual space where we could both walk and chat. She didn't know what that meant, so I said, come here, I need to talk to you. And she came close, and I said something like, you don't have to like anything I'm doing out here on the field, but if you make another passive-aggressive comment toward me this game, you won't like how I handle it. And that's all that I said. Now, I could have said that differently. I could have said, you've made 3 comments toward me this game, don't do it again. Or, you've made 3 passive-aggressive comments, stop it, do you understand? Something like that, right? But I gotta name the behavior that she's doing, I want it to stop. And then you could say something like, and if you do it again, I'm gonna caution you. But then, guys, you kind of tie your hands, because if she does it again, but it's like really soft and no one even hears it or whatever, you might let it go or blah blah. I just said, if you do it again, you're not going to like how I handle it. All right? That way I'm not tied to anything. I can still do whatever I want to, right? And these comments that she was making, she wasn't shouting them to the rooftops. She was just saying them near me because she was in the midfield and I'm running around in the midfield. She was saying them so that I could hear them, and I heard every one. All right? But guess what? After I confronted her, after I was the adult, because I am an adult, right? And she's just a child. After I brought her in, we had the direct communication. She knew what I heard. She knew what I expected going forward. And if I didn't get it, what the consequences were going to be, guess what? Did I hear another peep from her the rest of the game? Nothing. Not a thing. Now, could she have been right in some of her, in her anger, or that I was making calls that were unjustified, or that I was missing calls for her team? Of course she could have been right, guys. Of course. I'm not up on a pedestal like I'm better or anything like that. I'm just saying that style of communication that she was doing, not okay. So I sat on it in the first half, and I heard nothing else for the rest of the game. All right, so next time that happens to you, when someone starts lobbing those things kind of in earshot of you again and again, you know it's going to come. Get it.